y'all, it's Belle. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be a book haul. It's a graphic novel. It's the third in the Sweet Valley Twins by Francine Pascal's adaptation graphic novel. This is Choosing Sides, and it's Nicole Andelfinger and Claudia Aguirre. So excited to see what happens next. Thank you so much, Random House Kids, Random House Graphic. Hoping Jessica gets better and better as the stories go on. That first book, I don't remember that from reading it when I was younger, but maybe. So thank you so much. And then for a sequel is another graphic novel, City of Dragons: Rise of the Shadowfire by Jaimal, Yogis, and Vivian Truong. This is the second. I'm so excited. I really enjoyed that first one so much, and the art's beautiful. And then the second in the Thelma B in Toil and Treble by Erin Petti. Doesn't look like this one has the illustration. I think the first one had illustrations throughout. But I really love that first book, so I can't wait to see what happens next. And the rest of these sequels are part of the Amazon sale. I think it was buy two, get one free. And so I got When Clouds Touch Us by Thanhha. Why? Oh, I forgot that I was telling the illustrator in the book hauls now. Okay, unless I'm missing it, I don't see a artist illustration. There's a winner of a competition, but the illustrator is Chris Arrow McLeod, McLeod. And this is the sequel to Inside Out and Back Again. And it's in verse, it looks like, and the art is by Doughnut. And then book 3 in the Gifted Clans novel by Graci, The Last Fallen Star. I forgot to say this one, but the cover illustrator is one of my favorites, Vivian. And lastly for sequels, I think this is the third in the Sisters Ever After series, The Piper's Promise by Leah, Cypress. I really love the first two books, and I cannot wait to see what happens next. And the jacket art is by Maxine V. Graphic novels that were all included in the sale. Mabuhay by Zachary Sterling. He's also the illustrator. Order up. First generation Filipino siblings JJ and Althea struggle to belong at school. JJ wants to fit in with the crowd, while Althea wants to be accepted as she is. To make matters worse, they have to help their parents run the family food truck by dressing up as a dancing pig and passing out samples. Ugh. And their mom is always pointing out lessons from Filipino folklore, annoying tales they've heard again and again. But when witches, ogres, and other creatures from those same stories threaten their family, JJ and Althea realize that the folklore may be more real than they suspected. Can they embrace who they really are and save their family? Meems and Feefs, Ferrets from Planet Ferretonia by Liza and Cooper. Also the illustrator. Meems is a smart, cheeky, and tech-savvy ferret from the planet Ferretonia. Feefs is a goofy, happy, go-lucky brother. Unsatisfied and bored with their quiet life on Ferretonia, the brothers build a forbidden travel opal to go on an adventure, but accidentally bite off more than they can chew and get stuck on planet Earth with no way to get home. The ferrets journey to an animal shelter where they meet a shy teen named Liza. After using a communication opal on Liza to transcend language barriers, Meems and Feefs put their trust in her and embark on a race against time adventure, or else they've doomed to stay on Earth forever. One of these for a while. Cucumber Quest, The Doughnut Kingdom by Gigi, DG. That's his illustrator. World domination, obviously. The 7 kingdoms of Dreamside need a legendary hero. Instead, they'll have to settle for Cucumber, a nerdy magician who just wants to go to school. As destiny would have it, he and his way more heroic sister Almond must now seek the Dream Sword, the only weapon powerful enough to defeat Queen Cordelia's Nightmare Knight. Can these bunny siblings really save the world in its darkest hour? Sure, why not? Spirit Week by Marcks, also the illustrator. Aspiring engineer Susie Hess is invited to the famous Underlook Hotel, domain of the reclusive horror writer Jack Axworth, in the mountains above her hometown of Estes Park, Colorado. Susie thinks she's there to tutor Jack's son, Danny, but instead she finds herself investigating a local curse that threatens the landmark hotel. With the help of Elijah Jones, an amateur filmmaker who thought he'd been asked to make a film about the so-called King of Horror, Rena Halloran, the hotel's caretaker, and Danny, who knows more than he's letting on. Susie sets out to solve the mystery at the heart of the Underlook, one that holds the town of Estes Park in its grasp. With only a week to save the hotel and the town, the friends find themselves racing against time to uncover the shadows of the past. And lastly, for graphic novels, Star Knights by K. Davault, also the illustrator. What makes a hero? Tad is a simple frog who wants to become a legendary Star Knight. Determined to out-hop his mud-dweller fate, Tad finds himself on a magical journey with a surprise group of adventurers, including the Star King. It's a race against time as Tad searches for a way to take the Star King to the moon so that he can bring peace to the forest and prove that anybody can be a hero, even a frog. And then the next several I got at a local bookstore for $2 each. Uprising by Margaret Peterson Haddix. I loved everything I've read about her, so I was so excited to see this. The firemen, impossibly tiny down there on the ground, were indeed holding out nets, standing there so hopefully. Yetta could have laughed at their hopes. It was not exactly a plan Jacob was offering her, not exactly a chance, in the nets and the ladder, but it was something besides flame. Jacob bowed to Yetta and elegantly as if they were about to launch themselves onto a dance floor instead of into thin air. He would have been a good dance partner, Yetta thought with an ache. He wrapped his arms around Yetta, she wrapped her arms around him, and they jumped. And it just says from Uprising, like that's a passage from there, so I'm not really sure. It was in the middle grade. And cover design by N. of Averum. Cover photographs, copyright a Granger Collection, New York. And then Belle Prater's Boy by Ruth White. Everyone in Cole Station, Virginia, has a theory about what happened to Belle Prater. The 12-year-old gypsy wants the facts, and when her cousin Woodrow, Aunt Belle's son, moves next door, she has her chance. Woodrow isn't as forthcoming as Gypsy hopes, yet he becomes more than just a curiosity to her. During their 6th grade year, she finds that they have enough in common to be best friends. Even so, Gypsy is puzzled by Woodrow's calm acceptance of his mother's disappearance, especially since she herself has never gotten over her father's death. When Woodrow finally reveals that he's been keeping a secret about his mother, Gypsy begins to understand that there are different ways of finding strength to face the truth, no matter how painful it is. This is one I've been wanting forever, and I don't know, I just couldn't find it. The Time of Fireflies by Kimberly Griffiths Little, unless I have it, don't know it, but I have to remember. And the cover illustration for this is Christopher Silas Neal. The cover illustration for this is by Erin McGuire. So beautiful. Find the fireflies, trust the fireflies. When Larissa Renaud starts receiving eerie phone calls on a disconnected old phone in her family's antique shop, she just knows she's in for a strange summer. A series of clues leads her to the muddy riverbank, where clouds of fireflies dance among the cypress knees and cattails each evening at twilight. The fireflies are beautiful and mysterious, and they take Larissa on a magical journey through time, where she learns the secrets of her family's tragic past, deadly, curse-ridden secrets that could endanger the future of her family as she knows it. And when her mother suddenly disappears, it becomes clear that it's up to Larissa to prevent history from repeating itself and a fatal tragedy from striking the people she loves. And then this series is short, so I never really got it. It's almost 170 pages, but it just sounds so up my alley. Happily Ever After Life, Ghost Coming by Orly Zuravicki. Cover by Melissa Manuel. Welcome to Limbo Central Middle School. It's Lucy's first day at her new school, and she's just trying to get her footing, literally. As a brand new ghost, she mostly see-through, not able to stand or sit normally, and stuck in the ballet clothes she was wearing before she crossed over. But when the cutest ghost boy she's ever seen turns out to be Lucy's very own school guide, things start looking a little brighter. Maybe she's not quite solid yet, but Lucy is definitely going to make this the best afterlife ever. The Last Treasure by Janet S. Anderson. Cover by Tim Zeltner. 13-year-old Ellsworth Smith belongs to a family of 2. It's just he and his dad, always on the move. This is okay with Ellsworth until the dreams come. The dreams of houses surrounding a beautiful green square. Then a letter arrives, inviting Ellsworth to a home he doesn't remember, the square in Smith Hills, New York. He is needed there because hidden within the old houses is a treasure that only a child can uncover, the last treasure of John Matthew Smith, the family's eccentric patriarch. But there are other things hidden in the square too, old secrets and sorrows. Ellsworth's return stirs up these ghosts, and finding the treasure may be the only way to give them rest. Well, it's not the only sequel. They had one that I don't think I have in this series, A Tale of Wide Awake Princess, Princess in Disguise by E.D. Baker. Some of them are, because I have so many, and some of them are hard where they were, but so I got that. And cover illustrations by Erwin Madrid, who is awesome. The last one from that bookstore, Double Trouble Squad by Catherine Lasky, a Starbuck family adventure. Cover illustration by Ed Agassi. So I don't know if this is the first in the series or not, so I'm not going to read the synopsis, but. And then the first two in this, I don't know if it was going to stay a duology, but the first two in the series I got on Amazon, and they were very cheap, I think $3 or $4. The Brain Sucker by Glenn Wood. And then The Bully Chip. And the cover illustration, Luke Nola. And then Craig Phillips for this one. Evil genius Lester Smythe has a black heart. He's invented a dangerous brain-sucking machine that removes all the goodness from his victims. Now he's using it to rid the world of all human kindness. But Lester didn't count on Callum McCulloch and his two best friends, engineering whiz kids Sophie and Jinx Patterson, the world's unluckiest boy. The trio vow to foil Lester's evil plan, but can they stop him before things go from bad to disastrous? And then all these are highly anticipated releases, but I haven't made one of those videos in a while. And several of these were in the sale, but I just can't remember which ones. The Puppets of Spellhorse by Kate DiCamillo, and it's a shorter book. A Norn Detail, illustrated by Julie Morstad. I hadn't got it on the sale. I don't know if I would have gotten it or kept it, since I didn't realize how, yeah, it's like 140 pages. But it's beautiful and it sounds great. Trapped in a trunk, 5 puppets, a king, a wolf, a girl, a boy, and an owl, bicker, boast, and comfort one another in the dark. Individually, they dream of song and light, freedom and flight, purpose and glory, but they all agree that they are a part of a larger story, bound to one another by chance, and bounded by the heart's mysteries. When at last their shared fate arrives, landing them on a mantle in a blue room in the home of 2 little girls, the truth is more astonishing than any of them could have imagined. And the naked hardcover, Monster High School Spirits, A Fright to Remember by Adriana Cuevas. Cover by Janelle Anderson. Monster High is in the thick of preparations for its annual talent show, but Frankie Stein is at a loss. What's their special talent? It doesn't help bringing matters when Toralia Strike makes a mortifying video of Frankie practicing the routine and posts it on EekTok. Trying to help Headmistress Blood God presents Frankie with new information about their brain that might finally unlock the answers they need, if Frankie is ready. The shocking truth leaves Frankie even more bewildered than before. Meanwhile, strange tremors that appear to be linked to Frankie's self-discovery threaten to destroy Monster High. When dreams of their brain parts' origins reveal more clues, Frankie teams up with Draculaura and Claudine to discover their real identity and save Monster High in the process. Another naked hardcover I've been wanting for a little while, The Umbrella House by Colleen Nielsen. Illustration and map by Peggy Collins. Middle schooler and New Yorker Roxy Markowski wants to tell the truth fearlessly. When a Young Voices contest is announced by her idol at Veracity News, Roxy knows this is her chance, as soon as she finds a story worth telling. When the word gets out that a real estate mogul wants to tear down Umbrella House, her quirky, historic East Village apartment building, Roxy and her best friend Scout decide to take action in the best way they know how, with a camera and a microphone. As the friends dig into the history of Umbrella House, old secrets begin to surface. A trail of clues leading Roxy is sure to the identity of the famous midnight muralist. She could solve the mystery, but with time running out, can she afford to be distracted from her goal of saving her building, even if it means uncovering the scoop of a lifetime? Codename Kingfisher by Liz Kessler. Another short and height one. Illustration by David Dean, who's amazing. When Liv finds a secret box from her grandmother's childhood, she uncovers an extraordinary wartime story of bravery, betrayal, and daring defiance. A story that would change Liv and her family forever. Holland, 1942. The world is at war, and as the Nazis' power grows, Jewish families are in terrible danger. 12-year-old Mila and her older sister Hanny are sent to live with a family in another city with new identities and the strict instructions not to tell anyone that they are Jewish. Hanny, determined to fight back, is swept into the Dutch resistance as an undercover agent, codenamed Kingfisher. And though Mila does her best to make friends and keep out of trouble, there is danger at every turn, and the sisters are soon left questioning who they can trust. Another one I've been wanting forever. This was in the sale. Leva at Last by Sarah Pennypacker. Pictures by Caldot modalist Matthew Cordell. What are people for? That's the burning question on the mind of Leva Space Thornblossom. Fame, says Leva's mom, the mayor of Nutsmore. Money, says her dad, the town treasurer. With the help of an orphan badger, a risk-averse boy in a hazmat suit, and the town's librarians, Leva sets off to discover her own answer, setting off a chain of events that would change Nutsmore forever. The Dreamatics by Michelle Cuevas, cover art by Helen Musselwhite. Have you ever awakened from a dream and thought, what was that? A platypus waddling through my school while singing the world Farnfool? Well, that dream was performed by a dream theater, and this is the story of one such place, the Lunarium Grand. The Lunarium is a fantastical theater with a mind of its own, often redecorating it on a whim or making it snow from the rafters. The theater's troupe call themselves the Dreamatics, and together they grow sets from seeds, sew costumes that can change an actor's shape, and each night when a girl named Luna goes to sleep, they produce her spectacular dreams. Dreams of memories, family, and her beloved dog Murph. But when something devastating happens in Luna's waking life, the theater falls under new management in the form of the Bad Dreams. Now it's up to the devoted stagehand named Dormeyer and the rest of the Dreamatics to put things right and restore balance in the world and in Luna's. Oh. And a Christmas book, Juniper's Christmas by Ian Colfer. In Juniper Lane's world, everyone knows Santa doesn't do Christmas anymore. Juniper is still eager to celebrate Cedar Park's Santa Vigil in honor of her late father, who never stopped believing in Santa Claus. But then her mother goes missing, and the park's bureaucratic director declares the vigil is canceled. On the advice of her friend, Duchess, Juniper seeks the help of a mysterious and grumpy woodsman who seems an awful lot like Santa Claus, but refuses to join Juniper on her mission. It just might be up to Juniper to find her own magic and fly the sleigh herself. White House Clubhouse by Sean O'Brien. Oh, it's going to get hard to remember. This illustrator is Devin L. Kurtz. The illustrator is Karen Lee. Dare greatly. Their mom is the newly elected president of the United States. The Secret Service is always hovering nearby, and first daughters Marissa and Clara don't expect they'll be venturing out anytime soon, until they discover a secret passage in the White House dining room and a candlelit clubhouse full of antique curiosities and mysterious doors. The candle blows out, a door opens, and the girls find themselves in the White House of President Teddy Roosevelt and its boisterous family. After helping sneak a pony upstairs in the new White House elevator, pursued by the president wearing boxing gloves, they stow away on a cross-country whistle-top train journey, take on greedy industrialists, and save California's redwood forest. And then lastly, The Winterton Deception, Final Word by Janet Summer Johnson. So excited. Illustrated by Francisco Fonseca. Hope Smith can't stand rich people. The dictionary magnate family, the Wintertons, most of all. Not since she and her twin brother Gordon learned that their dad was one. So when Gordon enters the family into the Wintertons' charity spelling bee, Hope wants nothing to do with it. With their mom losing her job and the family facing eviction from the motel where they live, they desperately need the money, and it looks like Hope doesn't have much of a choice. After winning the preliminary round, the Smiths are whisked to Winterton Chalet to compete in the official Winterton Bee against their long-lost relatives. Hope wants to get in and out, beat that snobbish family at their own game, and never see them again. But deceased matriarch Jane Winterton had other plans for this final family showdown. Before her death, she set up a clue hunt throughout the manor, an alternate way for Hope and Gordon to get the money that could change their lives. Still, others are on the trail too, with tensions at an all-time high, a fortune at stake, and long-simmering family secrets about to boil to the surface. Anything could happen. Alright, that's it for this video. Did you see any that you're interested in? Have you read any already? Did you like them? Did you not? Let me know in the comments. Today's shirts. Santa and Rudolph. Hot cocoa and Christmas shows, I think it says. Now, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you would like to subscribe, I would love that if you'd like to. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.